round of applause.
Yeah.
It's good to have IT people connected with IT. Let me tell you what I mean by that. It's good to have information technology, understanding about instructional technology. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Because that's the relationship. That's what we should be doing. We shouldn't. I don't hear anything about the IT guy. He don't understand me. Shoot. Trying to click. I'm trying to get him to come to school. So Richie did a fantastic job really sharing what we're trying to do in Chula Vista. I'm honored to be here. This is not my regular venue. I am not the guy to talk to salespersons. I'm the guy who says, do not take that call. If they say, I just spoke to your superintendent and he said I should talk to you, that's a ploy. They don't know your superintendent. You're on a list. I'm the guy who says, here's how you treat a salesperson. That's what I do. But that relationship or that attitude has changed since I became part of the Pearson family. Yay! So I get this call from Trey. Trey said, Antoine. If you know Trey, that's his voice, Antoine. I've got this opportunity. I said, I love an opportunity. I love an opportunity. And what I want you to do is I want you to speak in front of a Pearson event. I said, wow. I mean, I've been to so many, it's about time. I've been trying. I wish I was up there. So he called me up and said, I want you to do. I said, man, I got the greatest presentation, man. I've been waiting for this opportunity. And then he said, but I want you to talk to Jason first. I said, all right. Jason's pretty high up there. So I called Jason up, and Trey was kind of apprehensive about the details. I said, Trey, tell me more. He said, it's not the regular audience. I said, all right. So Jason and I spoke, and I realized this was in front of you. I said, man, I got to talk to salespeople. This is not a good thing. Because I spent my whole career avoiding you people. Now I'm in the room with you people. And I've got to inspire you. I've got to have you thinking about how you're going to make 2010 never come again. So Jason and I started talking. I said, Jason, tell me about this event. Tell me what I need to do. Tell me what you want from me. I'm here to serve. He said, well, I want this. I want that. I said, I think I can do this, and I think I can do that. And then finally he said, we got a theme. I said, I'm good with themes. And Jason said, the theme is the Apollo 13. I said, what? I said, come on, man. Apollo 13, man, you know what happened on Apollo 13? How can I do this with that being the context of the story? We can do it, Antoine. You can do it. I'll sit right there and watch you. I said, all right, Jason, I'm going to do this because this is all about what is happening in Chula Vista. So I said, man, Apollo 13, man, there must be a better movie that he can come up with. Because I'm thinking about my history in Chula Vista and my relationship with Trey, and I mean relationship with Trey, because Trey was at a school site my first time with Successful. I didn't know anything about Successful. All I knew that it was there. And Trey was doing a fantastic presentation. He click here, and IPM is here, and he was there, and all that. I was there. I was there. And then someone had the audacity to ask Trey, well, I said, this is a pretty expensive product. So, well, ask them. I know how to deal with salespeople. I know how to make things work. Trey said, the person said, there must be a discount for us. The lady right there, what is your name? Sure, we'll start with you and work around the room. That's you. don't do discounts. I said, what did you just say? He said, we don't do discounts. I said, how can you stand here and ask us to pay this much money in this climate and not offer a discount? And here's what he said, and I will not forget what he said. If you know this product, you wouldn't be asking me for a discount. Another one, he said, I'm going to make you an offer you cannot refuse. That was Trey. I said, all right. But that could have been. What could have been this movie? Pulp Fiction. And Richard did a great job in talking about a young man's success. But if you know about success maker and implementation stories, if you've got to ask the questions, you don't want to know the answer. If you look at the data. Because we saw kids, and if you know about prescriptive study report, we saw kids who needed 444 more days before they met their benchmark. I can see kids, I'm working on my benchmark. I can see kids doing that stuff. And I was saying, I said, this is crazy. So it's not Pulp Fiction, it's Apollo. Yay. So I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, all right, I saw the movie one time. And I just remember Rocket. That's it. So I had to go back and rent it. Thank you very much for spending my money. And I watched this movie 3 times. 3 times. Because you were like, 3 times, man, it wasn't that complicated. You know, get him in the rocket, shoot it up, oh my goodness, come back home. That's the story. That's the story. And you know that. So I'm sitting here looking at it, I got to find me in this presentation, in this story. And I'm looking at this movie, and I said, there has to be my story in this. Carl talked about this a couple sessions ago, Pearson's story, and that resonated with me. I said, I've got to have my story. It has to be there. And I found it. I found it in Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks was in a situation, and it said this, Houston, we have a problem. You know anything about California? We got a problem. And if you know anything about what it's taking kids to get from point A to point B, we've got a problem. And if you know about No Child Left Behind, you know we've got a problem. And so I said, all right, that's my story. And I'm sticking with it. That's my goal, is to figure out this problem. And Tom Hanks in the movie Apollo helped me bring that story to life. So let's start off with scene 1. Scene 1. Scene 1 started off with the purpose. And if you know anything about this movie, these guys are trying to get where? To the moon. What a great goal. How many of you want to go to the moon? How many of you don't want to go to the moon? How many of you just say, I'll wait until I get the frequent flyer miles? Good. Well, that was the purpose. And they were sitting there. Tom didn't know he was going to go. He was like, I'm not too sure. I'm slated for Apollo 290, something like that, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to get there. And then say, Tom, I've got something to share with you. You are going to know. Say, yes, I made it. I've got a purpose. I'm going there. That was his purpose. That was the mission's purpose. So you look at Chula Vista. You look at Success Maker. We had a purpose too. Our purpose was we have to get these kids not to the moon, but to the star. Now, if you know what I'm talking about, you should say, well, that's kind of creative. Because if I understand where Antoine's going, I've read the reports, and all good things are identified by a star. Oh, he's good. He's good. And that was my goal. I got to get them to the stars. That was my purpose. No one could get me off that goal. Like the moon. We got to get there. So we really built a cheerleading camp around here is why we have Success Maker. to close that achievement gap. And this is the vehicle, Success Maker, that's going to take kids from here to there. Are you with me? Can we do this? What do you say? Yes. Well, there's about to build a crowd in here. And then there's salespeople. Yes, whatever you want us to do. We can hit our quota. So that's scene one. Finding the purpose. And that's where we were, getting that purpose together. Scene two. Now we've got a purpose. You know where we're going. We've got to get those stars. We've got to build the ability. You just don't go to the moon by saying, let's go to the moon. Okay, I got all my stuff packed. Let's go. You got to build the skills. You got to build the basic foundational skills of the astronauts. In other words, you just can't pick any monkey. You got to train the monkey, right? And that's what they were doing. They were really training, building those basic skills to get from point A to point B. And they knew that they had to be on top of it. And if you remember the scene, he didn't do it at a proficiency level. He said, I made it, I'm good about it, but let's do it again. Because this is not good enough. And that's where we were with Success Maker. You see, we bought the program. We knew the purpose, but our staff did not have the basic ability. What do you mean I got to click? You mean, what do you mean I got to pull, report, and print? Basic skills. So we had to build that level of support. Because if we're going to launch this program and succeed with this program, we had to have not just students being able to log in, we had to have teachers being able to log in. See, I don't believe an aide should be pulling a report. It's not that aide's responsibility. It's the teacher's responsibility. So that was our focus, to build the basic skills of our teachers to meet that purpose. Scene 3. Now that we've got a purpose, now that we know where we're going, now that we have the basic skill, we can do this. We need resources. We need stuff that's going to say, let's go. We need people that's going to help us say, let's go. And in this case, we knew we didn't have the stuff. We knew we needed more than just the basic skills. And so Trey knew this. And so Trey, I don't think we're ready to go to the moon. I don't think we're ready to do this, Trey. He said, well, what do you need? I said, man, what I need is stuff. Trey gave me that big manual. The Bible. The large Bible. That no one reads. I'm sorry. I said, Trey, I can't give this to a teacher. He said, what else do you need? I said, what we would like to do is we want to do the trainer of trainer model. Trey looked at me and said, oh, man, I don't know about that. You know, it doesn't work. I gotta call my people. Bring your eyes with me, people. So Trey made a phone call to the godmother of training. Hey, this is Mona. You know Mona? I'm scared of Mona. I'm not going to lie to you. Mona's good people, as you say in the neighborhood, but Mona scared me because Trey said, I got to call Mona. And Mona's already told me that this isn't work. We don't do this anymore. And if one person called me, hello, Trey, how are you doing, Mona? This is Mona. And he got it done. He went to bat for us. Because he knew he wanted to shoot for the stars. He said, I want you there. I want you there. So I will do whatever I need to do to get you there. And Mona says, I believe in what you're trying to do. Let me bring on the best, in my opinion, trainer, the best consultant we have in our community. Joanna Headlock. Anyone know Joanna? Joanna was bad, man. She came in and she just came in. I said, Joanna, come on in. We're doing this. She said, all right, show me your plan. What do you want to do? And she really helped us understand the mission. This is not a light-hearted journey, Antoine. You are on a mission that has severe consequences, and my job is to make sure that you stay focused, that you have the skills, that you have the ability, that you understand your purpose. That's what I'm here for. How can I serve you? I said, all right, we're ready to go. We've got our resources. We're ready to go to the stars. Scene 4. Now, Scene 4 talks about commitment. You look here. This is commitment. This is saying we've started. You see this every day in your school when you sell a product to these people and you get the IT guy on board. The board is on board. The PO has cleared. The data has been dumped. The teachers have been trained. And it's time to bring those kids to the computer lab, and it's time to launch. You can't say, I want to get off now, because it's over. You can't. This is not where I want to get off. Because success makers said, let's go. You cannot stop the motion. And that's what they had to do. They had to commit. They felt we had enough information, we had enough going for us to launch this rocket. You see them every day when they buy the product. They speak to the board. They speak to guys like Richie. They're excited. Everything is working towards success. That's called commitment. That's what we want. If you don't have them committed at launch, you've got a problem. Because they will abandon ship in the middle of the journey. And they'll take kids with them. Where we going, teacher? I don't know, but let's just stay right here for a second. Scene 5. So here we are. Here we are looking at purpose. Up there in space and everything is working like clockwork. You see it in your schools where kids are just, I'm going to the computer lab, I'm going to sit down, I'm not going to bother my neighbor, and I'm going to click for 15 minutes. Okay, Jose, time to go. Oh, he clicked. Okay, let's go. You see it? Because it gets to a point where everything is working. Get there. And this is where you get caught sleeping. You see those teachers. Okay, kids, go to lab. I'm going to sit here and check my email. Because everything is okay. Everything is nirvana. They look like they're okay. No one's acting up. That's a good place to be if you don't care where you're going. Does that make sense? And so we've got this whole thing set up where we got a purpose, research, build. I mean, everything is good. We're committed to going to the computer lab. That's what the principal wants. I will comply with that. Until something happens.
This is Houston. Say again, please. Houston, we have a problem.
That's what happens. Somebody does something. Someone just starts sleeping at the wheel. And it just shakes the core of the mission. And in this case, the gentleman happened to just turn on the wrong switch and just a domino of things happened and put the mission at jeopardy. And you've been there before. We're at Nirvana and teachers just, we're on Success Maker. We're doing what we're supposed to do. And then you read that report and you say, ah! Come here, teacher. Because you see, the data is taking us off course. And this happened to us in our perfect implementation. In this product that the district happy about this. I called Joanna on a Sunday, on the Sabbath. I said, Joanna, listen, we've got a problem. And here's a funny thing. This is how bad Joanna is. She said, okay. I said, Joanna, I'm looking at a campus right now. I'm looking at the prescriptive scheduling report, and if you saw what I saw, she said, are you looking at this school? She knew the school that I was talking about. Why? Because that school was just featured by a visit from our governor. I'll be Bagando. She said, I saw that data too. She said, we got to do something about it. And then we started looking at lots and lots of other schools. And we realized that we have to change the mission. Because if we saw this data, we cannot continue on the same journey. See, with what we saw, we can't get kids to obtain stars. There's no way possible. Some kids will get it, but not all of the kids that we targeted. So Joanna, Trey, myself, and the people that we call, we said, we've got to change this mission. We've got to salvage not the star goal, we've got to salvage the program's reputation. Because Pearson does not offer discounts. And you just can't call up, we failed, so we got our receipts. Doesn't work that way. So we said, we've got to do a focused effort to get this vehicle back on the launching pad, back at square one. We've got to do whatever we need to do to make it happen. What about the kids? The kids are buckled up safely. It's going to be a bumpy ride, but we're going to get them back to safe ground. Because we knew we couldn't hit the stars. The purpose has been changed. And that's what happened there. When they said, we're going to the moon, and all of a sudden they said, we got to get you back on the ground. And then Tom Hanks said, but I see it. I can touch it. He said, we got to get you back. The mission is about you. And in my place, instructional technology, the mission was about saying, we've got too many schools invested in this product for us to say it doesn't work. So the mission is to save Success Maker. That was our goal. That was our focus. That became our purpose. Looking at this conference theme, and Jason did a fantastic job because I didn't see it coming. He forced me to think. He forced me to take something that did not connect with me culturally. And what I mean by that is because as a culture, we're not really celebrating those journeys anymore. And connect back to what it took to get people from point A to point B with no resources except an attitude. And that's how Pearson Success Maker started off. I said, we don't know what's going to happen, but we know something's going to happen, and it will change instructional technology. So in this case, I looked at the themes, and here's the one that really stuck out. How we react personally and collectively to setbacks, because that was a major setback. From my office, Trey did a phenomenal job going from, and I tried to hold him back. Trey, you can't sell this product in our district anymore. You just can't. He said, well, just go on this journey with me, Antoine. Just go on this journey with me. Joanna said, just go on this journey with me. And what he said was, and I said this to his staff members, you cannot question the product if I'm questioning your implementation strategies. If you can't do it, then you can't expect Success Maker to do it. And until you do it right, Success Maker is only a computer program that follows your every move. But when we had a setback, I had to call my team, and we had to say, what do we need to do to salvage this trip? Last scene in the movie. Because it didn't look like a successful trip. As a matter of fact, the news media said this was a successful failure. Remember that? And I said, wow, that's demoralizing. I mean, to be a part of that, a successful failure. And then I think about about my journey, because Trey was there, Joanna was there, and they knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to say to my staff, my team members, my executive director, the superintendent, until we build a team around this product, we're going to fail. Because there wasn't too many people understanding this product. Not a lot of people understood this product. And so I had to figure out, how do I get this to become part of the culture of success? So after a full year of implementing this product, Success Maker, my boss called me in and he said, Antoine, show me your Success Maker data, because that was my charge. Figure it out, make it work, let's get some success out of this product. He said, okay. I said, it's not looking good. We're not capturing the students we should be capturing. Here's the data here. He's got on his wall, in God we trust, all else bring data. You heard that before? And so everyone in the district in a board meeting, and we are achieving tremendously. Our subgroup is achieving tremendously. We also have Success Maker, and we're achieving, and we're achieving. And I said, if they saw the data that I saw, they would not attribute their success to Success Maker. There, I said it. Because I believe in correlation. I believe in scientific research. And I believe you work too hard on your product just to be a coincidence. And so my boss said, looking at the data, Antoine, what do you say? I said, man, it's not there. I don't see it. So are you saying, here's the setup. Are you saying that Success Maker doesn't work and we can stop this campaign? He said, no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying any product you bring into our district, if we don't build a mission around the product and implement this product successfully, any product will fail. Bottom line. So it's not Success Maker, it is our belief in the mission. It is our understanding of the abilities that we need to have. It is the resources that we have around these products. It is the strategies that we employ when it's not working and when it does work. And that is why Success Maker is not succeeding. He said, okay, so what do we do? I said, I think we did succeed with Success Maker. He said, well, how can you say that? I mean, you just told me that we only had that many kids out of 10,046 kids hit their benchmark. That many. I said, when we started this journey, sir, in all respect, we knew nothing about this product. All we knew that kids were clicking, and that was the assessment. Are they clicking? Yes, they are. Are they using Success Maker? Yes, they are. Fantastic. Let's move on. That's what they were doing. But IT and instructional technology knows there must be something more. I've got to look behind the user and see what's really happening. And so as I'm talking to him, he said, okay, so what are you saying? I said, well, we know more about this product today than we knew 3 years ago. And here's what we know. We know when to abort the mission. True story. Joanna and I were looking at some data, and we pulled up the prescriptive scheduling report. We saw that they started the kids at the lowest level, 6th graders, 2.8. You know that, right? I don't know if that's a feature or a flaw, but that's what happened. We saw the kids needed 600, 400, 300 days before they hit their benchmark. And Joanna and I looked at each other and we said, what are we going to do? We got in the car, we went to the school site, we pulled up the chair in front of the principal and said, turn it off. Turn it off. Well, why? We're using Success Maker. Let me share something with you. This is not the way you use Success Maker. Turn it off. By the way, she turned it off. We'll talk about what happened later on to get her to turn it back on. Trey had a lot to do with that. So now we look at the future. There's another quote on the theme, and it says, preparation for liftoff in orbit, spacewalk, safe landing. In the middle of this failure, there had to be some success. Wouldn't you say? Had to be some success. Well, there was. As we say in my neighborhood. Y'all don't know anything about this. This is called the Pearson Strategic Implementation Award in recognition of your strategic implementation of Success Maker Enterprise presented to Kellogg Elementary School. Let's give them a round of applause. And I can probably say, why are we clapping? Why you just made me clap? I'm just going to clap. Kellogg Elementary School. Let me give you the data. Purchased Pearson Product Success Maker probably about 2 years ago. First year implementation was horrible. Horrible. Barely got kids reaching the stars. Joanna worked with them, put together a plan. I worked with them, put together the plan, supported their effort, got the right people on board, got the right resources on board, connected them to the purpose and everything. But here's what I want to share with you. That school site in a district, and we're looking at our basic kids. How many of you know what that means? Basic kids? Those are our low-performing kids. Right on the bubble. We just need to push them over and you're proficient. Our district average was 13% of those kids, and that's about 1,300 kids. 13% of those kids hit their benchmark. Is that good or bad? It's not bad. Be honest. We're amongst friends. It's not good at all. Kellogg followed the plan and achieved 50% of their basic kids meeting their benchmark. But that's not why I'm here. That's your goal. Our goal is this. In a district of over 44 campuses, high EL population, a bad superintendent, and I mean that in a good way, Kellogg made the highest growth of every school site in that population. They were the only school that had perfect implementation with that population. There lies the correlation. But you're not here to hear that. We're really here to talk about this thing here. How do we react personally and collectively to setback? That wasn't a setback. Jason, next year when you have a theme, I think your theme should be this one. Because that school succeeded, and you know the story, amongst our adversity. And I want to play Denzel Washington. My name is Anthony Lincoln. Thank you very much.